Hello there, this is the World News at 12 on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent, and here are the top stories. 91 groups seek INEC registration as coalition gathers steam. Youths carrying casket kick off Wike must go protest in Rivers State. Ijaw groups allege dictatorship as sole administrator sacks all political appointees. And Trump announces 25% tariffs on car imports into the United States. Details now. Thank you for staying tuned. The World News at 12 begins on the foreign scene, where United States President Donald Trump has announced new import taxes of 25% on cars and car parts coming into the U.S. Trump said the latest tariffs will come into effect on April 2nd, with charges on businesses importing vehicles starting the next day. Taxes on parts are set to start in May or later. The president said the measure would lead to tremendous growth for the industry, promising it would spur jobs and investment in the U.S. But analysts have said the move is likely to lead to the temporary shutdown of significant car production in the U.S., increased prices, and strained relations with allies. Trump's latest move threatens to upend global car trade and supply chains. The U.S. imported about 8 million cars last year, accounting for about $240 billion in trade. Mexico is the top supplier of cars to the U.S., followed by South Korea, Japan, Canada, and Germany. Back home in Nigeria, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has announced that it received 91 applications for the establishment of new political parties. These submissions come amid preparations for the forthcoming 2027 general elections. Top political parties, however, have expressed their view of the latest applications to INEC. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) remarked that the volume of applications indicates a lack of cohesion amongst opposition leaders. On the other hand, the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) described it as evidence of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC's) ineptitude. The Labour Party expressed its support for the influx of applications, but urged INEC to conduct a thorough review of each submission prior to granting registration. In response, the APC alleged that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar was orchestrating this initiative, asserting that it would ultimately be futile as the party members is confident in its prospect for the 2027 elections. This announcement comes amid claims from opposition factions who accuse INEC of deliberately hindering the registration of new political parties in anticipation of the upcoming general elections. A prominent member of the opposition coalition and the former national vice chairman of the APC for the Northwest, Salihu Lukman, stated that political parties that fail to meet the electoral threshold by securing a seat in the last general elections face the risk of deregistration. In his remarks, Lukman highlighted that negotiating within the political party landscape presents significant challenges, noting that many coalition members have been actively engaged in this process for over a year. In a recent development, a group of Ijaw youths have launched the Wike Must Go protest in a dramatic fashion, carrying a casket adorned with obituary-style images of the FCT minister. The demonstration, which took place at a recent event, featured participants dancing around the coffin in a symbolic act of opposition. Let's take a listen to the people protesting, saying Wike must go, and carrying about casket in Rivers State. And statutory commissions in Rivers State by the state administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas. Describing the move as a full-blown military dictatorship, Nangiobo accused the administrator of executing a premeditated plan to dismantle the state's democratic structures. In a statement issued on Wednesday, the The IYC expressed outrage at the suspension of key government officials, including the Secretary to the State Government, the Chief of Staff, Commissioners, board members, and special advisors, checks and balances on the administration, which, according to him, would pave the way for the unchecked looting of state resources. He warned that such actions could lead to a political crisis, undermining the state's stability and fostering discontent among the people. He also called on Rivers residents to stand against what he described as the abuse of power, urging an immediate reversal of the suspension. He stressed that the political maneuver was not in the best interest of the people, but rather about consolidating power for personal gain. The lawmaker representing Anambra Central Senatorial District, Victor Ume, has faulted the rejection of a motion seeking to immortalize former chairman of the defunct National Electoral Commission, late Professor Humphrey Nwosu, by the Senate. The motion, raised under matters of urgent public importance by Senator Enaya Abaribe and co-sponsored by members of the minority caucus primarily from the southeast, was aimed at recognizing Professor Nwosu's contributions and courageous defense of the democratic electoral process during the 1993 presidential elections. Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau, who presided over the session, explained that the motion was a contentious one, citing divided public opinion on Professor Nwosu's role in the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election. When the motion was eventually put to a voice vote, it was rejected. Speaking on television, Senator Ume described what happened at the Red Chamber as very undemocratic. The lawmaker argued that the Senate leadership should have allowed the lawmakers to debate on the motion, saying that such motions are debated every other day in the Senate, irrespective of how anyone feels about it. The senator also said the rejection of the motion is unfair to the late Professor Nwosu, whom he said gave his all for Nigeria. You will recall that the late Professor Humphrey Nwosu was the chairman of the defunct National Electoral Commission, which conducted the June 1993 presidential election that produced late MKO Abiola as winner and was adjudged by many as the most credible election conducted in Nigeria. The 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, has announced the cancellation of these year's Salah festivities, citing the need to maintain peace and security in the state. In a broadcast, the Emir expressed regret over the decision, but emphasized that ensuring the safety of lives and property remains his top priority. He acknowledged that the decision was influenced by consultations with respected religious leaders and other concerned stakeholders. He further stressed that while the Salah Durbar is a cherished tradition, it should not come at the expense of peace and stability. He noted that the Salah Durbar is not a do-or-die affair, and if it risks becoming a source of chaos, loss of lives, and destruction of property, then it must be shelved. The Emir expressed hope that this decision would contribute to lasting peace in Kano and the nation at large. He also extended his apologies to the people of Kano State, urging them to embrace the move in the interest of the state's well-being. You're currently listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll now head into the news analysis segment. I have Elder Manford Igbe Carlo on the line. He's a political, social, national affairs analyst. Thank you so much for joining me, Elder Manford. Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today, sir? It's great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. With everything that's been happening in Rivers State recently, some youth took to the street to actually stage a protest, carrying placards reading, "Wike must go, enough is enough, Amewule, you have done too much," just really hitting the streets. But they did not just hit the street to protest, they took it a notch higher by carrying a casket and posting obituaries of Wike on that casket, dancing around the casket. They even had a uniform. Are they going too far in trying to say that the Minister of the FCT should step down or should get out of Mr. President's cabinet?
Thank you for having me. It is good that the Rivers people have known exactly what is happening to take their destiny into their hands. Because if they did not do it, the greediness of Minister Wike would have bring Rivers State down. So it is good what the Rivers people are doing, and to warn him that his political careers have died in Rivers State, because Wike will not come up again. He will not come up anywhere after this fight that he has done, because he did not know when to stop. The man he feels he is imitating did not fight that way. That one knows exactly when to stop. and went to pick up. But Wike thought that this fight he will win. Wike cannot win this fight. He cannot win the fight because the Rivers people will take their destiny into their hands.
Elder Manford, some might say he's winning already because as it stands right now, Governor Fubara has already been suspended by the president rather.
Wike has not won anything. Because they suspend Fubara has nothing to do with what we are saying, because everybody knows exactly that was not the law. It was just a kangaroo thing. The more you look, the less you see that Mr. President have done. Every meaningful Nigerian knows exactly that nothing happened in Rivers State before Mr. President began to declare that thing he did. But because he feels nobody can query him, nobody can stand in his way, and people are leaving him because they don't want to visit Mr. President Roth, does not mean that what Mr. President has done is the real thing. There were no fighting, no war. Places that they are war. Our soldiers are being killed. He did not declare any emergency there. So anybody that just looked at him because they want to just give him chance. And we, the people that are suffering it, we are supporting him. He should continue. He's a dogged fighter, and everybody is keeping quiet. This has come to Nigeria since former President Buhari. Is not going so early. It's not going so quick, because this thing has come to stay. Evil has come to stay in Nigeria. That rule of law is not obeyed in the country. And people are keeping silent and looking at it before they will destroy everywhere because of what they have in their heart. So Wike is not going anywhere. His political career, go and mark my word, has died. They will make sure they will kill that political career. Wike will, after this is seen, everybody will be running for him because they will see him. Everybody have seen what he is doing, that nobody will want to do business again with him as a politician.
You say no one will want to do business with him again as a politician. But right now, I want to actually talk about what Ijaw people are saying. If you know that the sole administrator has sacked all the political appointees in the state, the secretary to the state government, the chief of staff, the commissioners, the board members, senior special assistants, the special advisors, all special assistants, he has sacked all of them and told them to hand over to the next person to them in their various parastatals and ministries and boards. And the Ijaw Youth Council is lamenting, saying that this is a way to remove all of the people that could have checked and balanced this sole administrator, and this would allow him free reign to the state funds to keep it, to loot it for Wike's sake. Is this something that you agree with?
It is a well-known fact that is what they want, and that is why they brought that sole administrator to make sure that all the people that is working for Fubara are being removed. But the fight has not ended, because after 6 months, or before 6 months, he will go out. Who are they going to put back? Is it not the same Fubara? After whatsoever agreement that they will put, him will now use his old sense to come and begin to rebuild what he has built back. Wike will not, this fight, go and mark it very well, has not ended. And the fight will not end because he has so much. Wike has made people now to know exactly where and what he is doing. If it's in a country that there is a rule of law, and there is peace, and people know exactly this is our right, Wike is supposed not to even be any minister anywhere again.
But despite your reservations, Elder Manford, do you think that this
is too much for him? Former governor, too much for him. Former governor Fayose told what is it called? Fubara, that he should close his eye, and I've never seen what is it called? Fubara, that he should close his eye, and I've never seen where they tell somebody, if you are governing in a state, close your eye. Is it not wickedness? Is it not devilish to tell you what that man called Wike has been doing So nobody is sponsoring them. What they are doing, they want to liberate themselves from the shackles and chains of governance of Wike. If the sole administrator like, he should remove everybody and go and bring his family and put them. Everybody is against. They are irritating everybody in Nigeria. These people that is in power, they are irritating everybody. I don't know this kind of a ruling, this kind of leading or ruling that they are into in this kind of a time. Everybody is irritated in this government. I don't understand. What they are doing is evil in the daytimes. It's not good. It's not good.
So going forward, right? What if we have other, because I can hear you out the Manford. Despite everything that's happening in River State, and even if you and a couple of other Nigerians feel that, oh, the people of River State will reject Wike, he still has his own supporters amongst the people. What if there is a response? Could we see a breakdown of law and order in River State in the coming months, even though no one wants that to happen?
I don't think there will be law breakdown of order in River State, because what Wike is looking for, he has seen it, and the supporters are happy to see that they themselves are being pocketed put in the pocket of one man, and he will be giving them 10 naira, 20 naira to feed, and they are happy. I am sorry for Nigeria, to be sincere, because it's unheartful that people that is suffering like us, we will see people that are holding us, squeezing us, and will be supporting them. Everybody sees that the country is hard, and you see people that is standing to support those people that is making them suffer in the country. I've never seen a country like this before.
The John Nation has called on President Tinubu to actually suspend or expel FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. I don't know if you remember the president's media chat. I think it was towards the end of last year or earlier this year, where he spoke about the fact that all of his ministers are performing, they're handpicked, they're doing well, they're effective, they're efficient and affecting the people, impacting the people positively. Is this a call you think that he will yield to?
You know, it's the parable that says that a snake will still burn what is long. So there is no way, if I am doing evil, that I will not be supporting evil. So anybody that is calling the president to sack Minister Wike, if you look at the game that they are playing, is Mr. President's hand not into this game? His hand is into the game, because we have never seen a father that will be supporting evil. And the evil he is supporting is glaring in the eyes of the people. If he's making peace in Lagos State, why did he not make peace in River State too? So everybody knows exactly that the hand of the president is there, and there is no way, if you protest from now till tomorrow, there is no way the president will not come after you, because that is the game, that is the sound of the game he likes. So he cannot sack him.
One more question on this particular topic before we move forward. The Manford, the Ijaw Youth Council worldwide, they are saying that all of this was the removal of political appointees, or the sacking of political appointees by the sole administrator, was orchestrated by politicians to maintain control over the state, and this could it could lead to, like we've said, they are saying it's a reckless move that could lead to a political crisis in the state, now that the sole administrator has full reign into the funds of the state. Do you agree with the Ijaw Youth Council, and how would you actually advise them to move forward?
What the Ijaw youths have said, those are reality on ground, and there will still be crises. My advice to them or to Nigerians is to talk to Wike to remove his hand, in River State. If not, there will be more crises that are coming, and that crisis will affect other states in Nigeria. There will be more crises, because the job people that I know will not agree. If he like, he should stay there till 2027. They will not agree with him. And if he stays more than expected, Nigerians will see what the judge will do. That is the truth. We will not hide it, because exactly is the president is biased. Everybody knows exactly that what Wike is doing is wrong. So if they will not allow him to rule his state, if they do not allow Fubara to rule, Nigeria will see the game because Ijo will not allow them to rest. Nigeria is still going to see crisis that is going to come. So it's better now that it has not come, that people talk to Mr. President, to talk to Mr. Wike if he's not going to sack Wike. You should talk to Wike and let peace reign in Rivers State. If not, it's going to flow over to other states.
All right. Thank you, Alderman Ford. Let's quickly move on and talk about another situation. Certain senators from the Southeast are not happy about the fact that the National Assembly rejected a motion to immortalize Professor Humphrey Nwosu, whom some people have said is also a hero of the June 1993 elections, as he was the chairman of the National Electoral Commission, which morphed into INEC that we have as at now. It was put to a voice vote. The senators are saying they should have debated on it. People should have given their own debates, other senators in the House. Instead, it was put to a voice vote, aye or nay, and they said the nays have it. And so that motion was more or less killed. What do you think about what the senators from the Southeast is saying? They're saying it is undemocratic for Professor Humphrey Nwosu not to be recognized. What's your assessment of the situation?
It's just a very simple thing. Everybody knows exactly in this country that the people in authority doesn't like the Igbo man for anything.
Is that really what is playing out here?
That is what is playing out. The people in authority doesn't like Igbo man for anything. So anything that is going to bring history that makes an Igbo man to become anything, they will kill it. That is just the truth. Because if these things you are saying now is the truth, Humphrey Nwosu, what is it, former President Buhari or General Buhari have come out to tell us the truth, that was one of the free and fairest election, and everybody saw it that Abiola won in that election. But because of the greediness of Nigerians that we are still saying, and people supported and collected money then and put in their pocket. But thank God that General Buhari, General Babangida have come out to tell us the truth. So why would they not immortalize him? Because he was the man that made it to come to pass for us to see that even if they treated him bad, that Humphrey Nwosu, they treated him very, very bad. But he still went ahead to call that election and show the winner of that election. Is it not what people were supposed to be happy? But in Nigeria, they don't promote good things in Nigeria. What they only promote is those ones that are bad. They tell you that is the one they like, and that is the one they are promoting. So nobody, as I'm telling you, will allow Humphrey Nwosu to come and take glory that we know that is there for an Igbo man. They will not allow it.
So you also believe that the rejection of that motion was unfair. Now, one thing that the Deputy Senate President is saying was that not everybody believes that his role in the 1993 elections was a positive one. So there are certain people who believe that his role was not very positive. And so because of the contentious nature of those beliefs, those contending beliefs, they cannot honor him. They cannot give him any public national honor. And this is not actually based on ethnicity or where he comes from, his region or anything like that.
He's only fooling those ones that do not know. Anybody that has been alive since 1993 knows the truth, that what he is saying. How will you not believe a free and fair election? How will you not believe it? Even when Babangida have come out and said that election was a free and fair one, that Nigerians should forgive him. So why will you not believe it? So if the deputy senator is saying that people will not believe, are we in the moon? Is it not in this Nigeria that it's happened? That is why you see evil is perpetuating in that houses, that elderly men that leave their house, leave their children and go and sit to make laws, doesn't even know the law that they are making, and doesn't know how to present things. We saw a whole senator ranting like a woman. trying to punch somebody's eye because the woman comported herself to tell him the truth. So that is what they are doing there. They go before anger. They act before they think. So that is what Nigeria is all about. You see people acting before thinking. It's when they have act and before they come and begin to think whether what they have done is right or what they have done is wrong. So I don't see that if there is any right-thinking country that wouldn't have immortalized Humphrey Nwosu. That is the truth.
Thank you so much, Alderman Ford. Let's talk about another situation where 91 groups are seeking to register with INEC as political parties ahead of the 2027 general elections. INEC is saying it's received registration requests from 91 different groups. And of course, we also have the coalition that Atiku spoke about. Obi had his representative there, El Rufai, Babachir Lawal, Salihu Lukman, who was a former national vice chairman of the APC, is also part of this coalition. So 91 new political parties ahead of 2027. Will Nigeria finally see a phasing out of the APC, as a lot of Nigerians have been saying anything, any party, anyone, any coalition to remove the APC in 2027 is welcome?
Yes, if we have a better coalition in Nigeria, a sincere one, not a sponsored one. If we have a sincere gathered elders that want to remove the APC, they will do it, because all of them has been in politics. Some are in PDP, some are in APC, some are in NNPP. But if we can get a good coalition that have their thinking cap in their head, not the ones that want to grab power, because that is only what Nigerian politicians know, to grab power and run with it and take over with it. That is just only what they know. But if that power is being given to them, they will not use it for any goodness. So, but if we can have good coalitions, up to 91 that are good, that have the sincerity of Nigeria in their heart, that want to bring out Nigeria from this poverty that we are into, it's a good thing. I support it if we will see good ones, not people that want to take power because of taking power sake. It's a good thing.
But here is the thing. With this new 91 political parties that are seeking to be registered with INEC, the PDP is saying that the fact that there are 91 new parties that want to, come to the fore, with over 30 political parties that are already registered with INEC in the country, shows that there is no cooperation, no cohesion among the opposition leaders. That is, they're not supposed to be creating new parties. Instead, they're supposed to these are the ones who have the right opinion.
For me, the 91 political parties should come up. But we know exactly that at a time they will be stringing to themselves. They will come into themselves. They will join themselves. Let this 91 come, so that they will liberate Nigeria. That is just what people should be thinking of.
Do you think the APC would actually sit by and watch 91 new political parties come on board? Certain opposition factions have already accused INEC of deliberately hindering, that is, stopping the registration of new political parties ahead of the general elections. That is to say that they are bringing up certain technicalities to stop these parties from being registered.
Nigeria is a different country on the earth, to be sincere. Nigeria is a difficult country. If they are talking of INEC, what the political parties were supposed to be doing for now is to remove Mahmoud. That is just that, because Mahmoud will not want this good thing that is coming to Nigeria to come. That is why he will not want them, deliberately want them to register new ones. The 31 that is there has, for me, they don't have effect again. So new ones should come and knock out these old ones that are here, there, PDP, APC, and whatsoever, Labour Party, because those ones have been bought over. Those ones have been bought over. Let new ones come, and let new coalitions come up too, so that they will knock off these ones and let us hear another party that is going to come up. If not, Labour Party along the line sold himself up to APC. party would have been the bride now.
Elder Manford, you're accusing the APC of making its inroads into the Labour Party. Certain opposition figures have also said the same thing, that the APC has, would we say, moles or has a leg in most of the opposition political parties, which is it's been accused of also even sponsoring some of these parties.
Those votes that APC would have capitalized when the time comes will be shared. So INEC will not want it to come to pass. But if the political party insists that they will do it and take INEC early to court so that the court will make pronunciations, before you know it, those things will come to pass. I don't hate them, but what the character they are doing is very, very bad. The characters they are using is very, very bad. I'm not a politician, I don't want to be, but their character is very bad.
Elder Manford, if you recall, about 2 weeks ago, it was Atiku who announced that a coalition would be coming on board. Some people have suggested that he should step aside and play the role of, would we say, a godfather or a big brother, and sponsor other people within the opposition, particularly maybe it'll be El-Rufai or others who are part of the coalition. Would you agree that he should play such a role? He should step aside, stop contesting. He's also said he doesn't know if he will contest in 2027 due to the coalition that's coming up.
You see, Atiku has the right to contest. He is a human being. He's a human being. If he has the power to contest, why not contest? But, you know, because of he has been trying and failing, you know, people's eyes will be on him. They will now begin to say he should not contest. He has the right as a Nigerian, he should contest. But because of the way Nigeria play their politics, east, north, or west, north, or south, north, that is the problem that you see at times people begin to say he's an old man. He's not older than Donald Trump now, but Donald Trump is still there doing his thing very well. So it's just only the mentality black man has. Before you know, they begin to look for how to remove the person from the skin. That is it. But if in his wisdom, as Atiku, he wants to, he look at it, weigh it very well, and see somebody he can nurse up and bring that person out, it's a good thing too for Nigeria. He will still take the honor by his grace.
He'll still take the honor. Thank you so much, Elder Manford, for joining me on the World News at 12 today. I do appreciate your presence and your input. It makes all the difference. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have been listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Just before we wrap up, let's take a look at the top stories again. You heard that 91 groups seek INEC registration as coalition gathers team. Youths carrying casket kick off Wike must go protest in Rivers State. Ijaw groups allege dictatorship as sole administrator sacks all political appointees, and Trump announces 25% tariffs on car imports into the United States. That is a wrap on the World News at 12. My name is Chioma Innocent. Please follow our social media handles at VOP903FM. For coverage of your live event and brand news mentioned in our news bulletins, do send a mail to news@voiceofthepeople.ng. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.